Voting used to be awful in Australia, like genuinely terrible. For the first few decades of elections in Australia, there was no secret ballot, and so people literally crowded around voters as they were filling in their ballot, yelling, "Vote for this candidate! Vote for this candidate!" Voting used to not just be discriminatory based off gender or race, but voting also used to be intrinsically linked to wealth. For most of the 19th century, voting was restricted to wealthy, male, white landowners. To vote, you used to have to own a house of decent value, meaning that most men couldn't vote because even if they owned a house, it was too affordable or cheap to qualify. This meant for a while only 10% of people could vote. Also in the 19th century, for parts of Australia, there was a thing called plural voting, which is as bad as it sounds. Basically, for every electorate that you owned a house of decent value in, you got a vote in that electorate, meaning that landlords got to benefit from their massive portfolio by voting several, if not dozens of times. Meanwhile, their poor tenants were disenfranchised in silence. Because voting was so limited, there was no incentive for politicians to make policy that benefited women, Aboriginal people, or the working class. If they make a policy that doesn't benefit any of those groups, what are those groups going to do? Vote them out? No, they couldn't. It took decades of fighting, all sorts of reforms, protests, even a few constitutional crises for us to actually get the power that we have now to vote. And that is important because voting is an incredibly empowering thing. People take it for granted, they treat it as a chore, like, oh, why do I have to take time out of my day? But like, this is the thing that your ancestors would have killed for. And all you have to do to exercise this amazing power to hold governments to account and have input in the democratic process and decision making that affects you and the entire country is just enroll to vote at aec.gov.au. Like, it's quick, it's simple. You will get more power than your ancestors ever dreamed of having. And all you have to do is just fill out a simple form. So what are you waiting for? Today, voting is not for wealthy elites. It is for all of us. So all of us should have a say. So appreciate this power, enroll today, and vote.